Welcome to Getting to Know Your Numbers. Sales is a numbers game. You will have heard this a million times, and in basic terms, it is true. While building solutions through key customer intelligence and then building relationships is important, getting the numbers correct is critical. Given there is 168 hours in a week and 52 weeks in a year, what's possible? What is your target? What could be your target? Let's work through the process of getting to know your numbers together. We begin the process at the BOP, or the beginning of the plan. This looks at your current state. What is in your pipeline now? What are you currently working on? Let's follow the example and break this down into three areas: your current customers, your WIP, or your work in progress, and your qualified prospects. You can break these down into quarters or capture them as a total number. Once you have these figures, we need to add them together to get your current state total. Our examples show a total figure of $325,000. This is the beginning of your plan. We now move into the next table and work out your gap figure to end of plan, which is the target number you have agreed to with the business. In our example, it is $600,000. Step one is to look at the leads you have in your pipeline. What could they equate to? Try to be realistic as possible, thinking about the customers you engage with currently and drawing similarities into a dollar figure. Add this figure into your table. Our example is $150,000. Step two is to calculate the gap. Now, we do this by using the following calculation. Take your current state total, our example, 325, and combine that with your target list. In our example, 150. Now minus this from your end of plan target, and now you'll have a gap figure. Our end of plan, 600,000. This is now where the fun begins. Our gap is 125,000. To really know your numbers, we need to take a deeper look at what activity is required for you to close your gap. We break this down into key sales process activities and ask you some questions to get you thinking. Connect or cold call. How many cold calls do you need to make that will lead to appointments? First face-to-face or your advancement meetings to next stage of your sales process. How many appointments will it take for you to move or progress to the next stage? Proposals or quotes. How many proposals do you need to submit to achieve your gap? Conversion win. What is your conversion rate? How many proposals do you need to submit that will lead to sales? Here is the big stop and think moment. When calculating these numbers, each activity can and will impact the other. For example, if your conversion rate is low, you will require more proposals or quotes. But to get more proposals or quotes, you'll require to have more customer advancement meetings, which of course will require you to connect more, make more calls. Knowing your numbers is not about the dollar, just about the dollar number, but it's also about the activity and time which will be required to close this gap. You will need to fully understand this process to help with planning your activities, whether they be daily, weekly, monthly, as part of goal orientation or your tactical planning process. Thank you for your time. Please reach out to the team at SalesShip for help with this process.